So I've been wondering now, as a call to action, what role journalism has to sort of take this to the next level. Because if it's being informing, we've done the informing bit. I have in mind, for example, I forget where the president had gone to, and there were hashtags about, again, the same thing about lending money to Kenya. I think it was quite embarrassing. I don't remember which country it was in, or what event he was probably addressing online, an online forum. And then these hashtags kept, So I don't know now whether it means we need to start putting pressure on the likes of the World Bank offices here, the likes of the Chinese embassy, the likes of the British embassy, so that we now compel action with our journalism, so that, because even the common man, I'm wondering what are they able to do? Okay, yeah, we are heavily indebted. Okay, so what do we do? So just something I've really been wondering, and to myself, what can we do next as media to sort of now rally people to action, and the right people, so as to get the results?
We can't keep hyping only one side of the story, that Kenya has this many shillings owing and these many scandals. What about the flip side? What can we do as citizens about where we are? That would be democratizing debt.
This is my personal opinion. I think the first thing is to hold power to account. That is extremely, extremely important, is holding power to account. That's the first thing. I think the second thing is changing our storytelling to be more solutions focused, and looking at how you can actually solve the problem. So even as you're informing people of what debt means to them, but the question is, what can they do about it? I think that's the next stage, and what we should be doing as journalists is telling the story of, okay, that's great, I can see the impact, but what can I, as an ordinary citizen, Maya, do to address some of these issues? I think a call to action in that sense of, like, what can you do? The three things that you can do, and things that are very tangible and that are measurable and that are easy for people to do as well.
The huge debt that we have is an indictment to our leadership. And we need more partnership, media and civil society and other organizations, including the academia, just try to break down some of these reports to understand that in a particular financial year, this was the budget for this particular county, and these were the priority, these were the projects that were supposed just to be implemented, and then a follow-up to see whether those projects really met the standards, because there's a yardstick, and whether we really feel like they are really serving the interest of the people, or maybe the leaders who are really initiating projects that are really, serving their own interest. Because I tend to think, based on what I've looked at the media, there are a lot of white elephants projects, but there's some projects that are good, but counties' performance vary. But I tend to think that we still got a lot of things to do. So I was commenting this in regard to a gentleman there who asked whether, after reporting, what else for the media? When you report, is that the end of the story? So that kind of point of convergence, and engaging other organizations at the community level will be paramount to attain that progress, when talk about holding leadership accountable, and also try to shine the light on leaders who are really able just to implement, to offer that much needed good leadership. Thank you.
That was very well said. And also covering the public participation part is important, having those conversations and driving those conversations and facilitating them.
And we must, as media, engage a little wilder than we have before, because we are the only hope for the democratization of the debt discourse. We are the only hope for citizens. They can call in and discuss something on a show. They can send letters to the editor. They can comment on your social media articles. let's engage citizens more. I'll close by saying once again that just like it is important to do more political education than civic education, time has come for media houses and journalists in general to take the lead, because you've got the space, the ability to research and give accurate information, and you've got the citizens at heart. They are your primary consumers anyway. They are your audience. So let's change gears, and instead of giving so much coverage to civic education, and maybe even giving so much coverage to the politicians, why don't we engage issues a bit more and, leave the citizens to discuss?